Hello from a very chilly and snowy United Kingdom. We've had our first dusting of snow for the winter season, I guess, and I'll admit I do quite enjoy the snow. But you are not here for the weather report, of course. You are here to see some very ice-cold football shirt purchases. And to be honest, this week it's been pretty good. We've got a good selection, some stuff we've never seen before, some stuff that we usually expect to see, but we'll work our way through it and we'll see what we like and what we think we don't like. So we're going to start off with Norwich City, and it is actually Dean Smith's media presentation shirt. So Dean Smith, of course, has been recently announced as the new Norwich manager, the man who was the unfavourable task of trying to save Norwich from relegation from the Premier League. And during obviously that period, they sort of promote the manager by holding a shirt, and the club has decided that they would get Dean Smith to sign this, put it in a nice little presentation box, and then they put it on eBay for people to bid on, and then all proceeds would then go to the Norwich City Academy, which I think is pretty cool. And of course this is going to be something I would have thought that most Norwich fans would be focusing on, but I suppose just general collectors would be interested. It's I didn't realise this was a thing. I'd be pretty cool if it was like, from my point of view for Chelsea, if I could get Tuchel's shirt, that would be very nice. So this one ended up with 35 bids and ended up going for £500 bang on. I don't know if that's a good amount or if that's not enough. I'd have thought for something that's pretty special, especially if he does really well, it's quite an important shirt. But we're starting off at 500. Next we have an Aston Villa shirt. It's the away shirt from 89-90, so it's from that period where you see a lot of Aston Villa shirts, and I'll admit it is very nice. I do like the purple collar. That's very, very cool. And Hummel from that period, you know, very popular with a lot of people. Description is pretty standard. It's just explaining that it's quite a rare shirt. He thinks it's the best away shirt of all time. Certainly helps to say that when you're trying to sell one. And there's a few marks, a few stains. It says it's an extra large, but it fits more of a medium/large. I'd say it's more large than medium, but some people like that baggy fit. So again, if you're an Aston Villa fan, you probably will be interested in this. There are 29 bids, and it ended up going for £510, so a little bit more than the Norwich one. It's not a bad little purchase that I'd have thought. Okay then, so we're back with the Chelsea shirt again. So it's similar to the one we featured in the last video. It's a special edition one. It's the one that was released as part of the Champions League celebration victory. Last time it was an extra large, wasn't it? This time it is a medium, so it is something that I would be more interested in. And I thought it was quite funny in the description. He says he will ship globally except for Russia, Italy, and Ireland. With this person being based in the UK, don't quite understand why you wouldn't want to ship to Ireland. It's really not that difficult, so that was kind of interesting. But there was only one bid, and it ended up going for £600, so it's definitely more than you would spend on the shirt. Was it £195? 3 times your money, but for me, still a lot more money that I'd be willing to spend. Okay then, so now we have a very, very retro shirt. Germany 1984 away shirt in medium. So it's not often you see these older shirts in mediums. And looking at the features, it looks pretty good. He's given the rating a 9 out of 10 condition-wise, but the Adidas logo's faded away quite considerably. I wouldn't say that's a 9. Everything else looks pretty nice, but I'd maybe say it's about a 7, just because that's quite a key thing to disappear. But other than that, it's not really that much information on the description. One person went for it and it ended up selling for £777, so that's not too bad for quite a really old shirt there. Next we have Watford. We don't really see Watford to feature too frequently in these lists. It may be the first time they've ever appeared. It's a match worn shirt, the away shirt from 85 through to 88, back when teams were using shirts for 3 seasons. I know that Brentford are going to be carrying across their shirt to next season, and there's been a lot of praise for that. But to be honest, there are many teams, certainly in England, that already do that. They do the 2 seasons, so it's good to see it, but they're not the only people that are doing it. So just give everybody else some consideration. This one's kind of cool. It's Umbro, very nice. I really like the condition. It looks like it's pretty much mint, to be honest. So it's probably been well preserved and stored away. 19 bids came in, I ended up going for £970, which I can sort of see why that would have happened, because as we've known from these sort of lists, these shirts don't really appear too often. So if you're a Watford fan, you'd probably be jumping at it trying to get one of these shirts. Next we have, this is a cool one. So it is a match worn number 12 Khalid Boulahrouz, the Chelsea legend, and it was in the Uruguay-Holland World Cup 2010 match. It's that game that finished 3-2 with Van Bronckhorst when he scored that ridiculous long-range effort, and like Forlan was crushing it, and it was just it was a good time to watch football. I did quite like the 2010 World Cup. So this one is claims to be match worn. It has a certificate of authentication. And we've seen plenty of these before, and some of them look more official than others. But this one actually was bought from Classic Football Shirts, and it has a Classic Football Shirts certificate, which is I've never seen before, mainly because I have never bought one before. I don't collect those. So as you can see from the image that I just put up now, it has the details. It says this is official. It was given to you by the player. At the bottom it says, please do not share this certificate online with anybody. Please keep it to yourself. Well, too late for that. That's already out of the bag now. And then it came with another letter, which I think was meant to be from Boulahrouz himself, sort of explaining that this is a shirt that he had for that game. So that's pretty impressive, that is. That's not a small game. That's pretty genuine. And it says that the price has been reduced, and we have just one bid, and it ended up going for £975. Maybe it was Boulahrouz trying to buy his own shirt back again. But that's pretty cool. So, this one is one of a few charity shirts that we're going to be seeing, and it is the James Ward-Prowse Southampton home shirt from this season, and it's the Poppy shirt, the Royal Legion appeal. So it's something that occurs during this sort of around November time in the UK. Obviously, we put the poppies on the shirts, and they're generally played for, I think it's 2 games, and then usually at the end of those games, they're all auctioned off, whether it be on eBay or some other sort of source. And any proceeds are then given to the Royal Legion. And of course, certain players are more favourable than others. So I think Southampton had a few of them on, and the James Ward-Prowse, obviously, I'd say is possibly their most notable and best player. Anyway, he ended up going for the most amount of money, and it's just really cool. And it was hosted by the club, so it's just a way to guarantee you're getting a authentic shirt. And there were 48 bids, and it ended up selling for £1,120. So that's pretty cool, and of course the money goes to a good cause, so everybody is a winner there. Next we have a really old Manchester City shirt. It is the match worn by Hartford, and the description is pretty blank. It doesn't really say much, to be honest. Looking at the condition of the shirt, it looks pretty decent. It's got the old Manchester City logo, manufactured by Umbro. We got it written down the shoulders. It's got that sort of the Manchester City blue that was a more blue than sort of the lighter blue. This one had 9 bids. There was a little bit of interest, and it went for £1,312, 0 pennies. So it's, I mean, that shirt's 45 years old nearly. That's pretty crazy, that is, when you think of it like that. That's an old shirt, and of course this was when Man City were not quite as powerful as they are now. Okay then, so penultimate is another charity shirt. This time it's with Celtic, and it's the Christmas appeal shirt. So what they decided to do every year is that they, with the communication with their current sponsors, they forego a match, and they put a message on the front, which is the what does it say? The Celtic FC Foundation Christmas appeal, and any sort of sales and money made from the selling of these shirts following the match is then used for good causes in the local surrounding areas. So it's to ensure that people who live in refuge centres, in sort of struggle with poverty, refugees, etc., are able to have food on the table at Christmas, and maybe a few gifts under the tree. It's just a general trying to help everybody out. And it was, of course, match worn, and Celtic put all of theirs on eBay, and this one ended up selling for the most. It's the Kyogre Furuhashi shirt. So I'll admit I don't know who that player is, but he must be quite popular, because ended up going for more than any of the other players. And this one had 47 bids and went for £2,950. That is That is a lot of money, but that's a lot of good money going to a lot of good causes, so I don't think anybody's going to be upset with that. Very, very cool, very, very nice, and of course hosted by the club, so you can guarantee it is legit. But we finish with Manchester United, of course. Of course we do. Boring. Manchester United 1999-2000, of course. It's a match-worn shirt. It's the long sleeve. And it's Dwight Yorke this time. So it's a player we've not seen yet. It's not Solskjaer, who's unfortunately gone now. And I am filming this the morning of the Chelsea-Manchester United game. Perfect. I look forward to us losing to that, but that's fine. We'll get on with that. And the description is, we've seen this seller a few times. They seem to have a lot of Manchester United stuff. It claims that they got this from the club, and it was framed. He's deframed it. I don't know why you do that, to be honest, but that's fair enough. And it said it was laundered before, not as in money laundering, but as in washed. And it's in decent condition for a shirt of his age. Some material picking and plucking, and then some pulls mainly to the back. Of course, it's Manchester United, so we got a bit of interest. 25 bids. And it ended up selling for £4,655. Wow, that's a lot of money, guys. Just imagine if you would have just bought a few of those, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That's just crazy. That's a madness, that is. But, you know, it's Manchester United. They're always going to be interested in it, especially from this period of time when they were very successful. Anyway, that is it. That's 10. Pretty cool selection there, I think. We've got some things that we've never seen before, which are the ones that I prefer. Manchester United one, I mean, if I owned it for less than that and I could sell it, I'd like the money. The Celtic one's very cool, I like that. I actually would probably get one of those. Manchester City, it's old, but doesn't really do all for me. Ward-Prowse one is cool as well for the good nature of it. The Boularus one, I'd probably get that. I wouldn't like to spend that much money, but it's kind of nice. Watford one is actually not too bad, and I quite like the collar on it. It's nice little details. The Germany one, it doesn't do anything for me, that, unfortunately, so I'll ignore that. Chelsea one's really cool. It's the one I would have bought if I was to be interested in buying it brand new, but I'm not paying £600 for it. Aston Villa one is very nice. I do quite like that. And then the Norwich one's actually cool. I quite like that, and I like, you know, shirts in a box. Very nice. So yeah, some cool stuff. I don't think anybody got too rinsed with the prices there. Let me know which ones you think are the best, and did you buy any? Anyway, that's it for this video. The coming videos are really cool. I have some good stuff. Cool shirts, and then a cool opening of mini shirts. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, as always, I hope you all have a good week ahead. As I sit and film right now, it has just begun snowing once again, so we'll see if that lasts. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.